Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Chow Yun-Fat is one of Asia's most respected and internationally recognized actors, known for his magnetic screen presence, versatility, and humility both on and off camera. Born on May 18, 1955, on Lamma Island, Hong Kong, Chow rose from humble beginnings to become a global icon, celebrated for his work in both Hong Kong cinema and Hollywood. Raised in a modest family, Chow's early life was far from glamorous. His father worked on an oil tanker, and his mother sold dim sum to help support the family. When he was 10, his family moved to Hong Kong Island, where Chow would later leave school at 17 to help earn a living, working a variety of odd jobs, including as a taxi driver and postman. His life took a dramatic turn when he answered a newspaper advertisement for acting trainees at TVB, Hong Kong's leading television station. Chow's charisma and natural acting talent quickly made him a star on television. His breakthrough came with the 1980 TV series The Bund, a stylish gangster drama that became a cultural phenomenon across Asia. His portrayal of Wei Man Kyung, a tragic and charismatic gangster, made him a household name and solidified his image as a romantic antihero. Chow's transition to film was equally successful. In the mid-1980s, he became the face of Hong Kong's heroic bloodshed genre, a blend of stylized action and emotional storytelling, thanks to his collaboration with visionary director John Woo. Their films, such as A Better Tomorrow, 1986, The Killer, 1989, and Hard Boiled, 1992, redefined Asian action cinema. Chow's cool demeanor, moral depth, and signature dual-wielding gunfights inspired countless filmmakers, including Quentin Tarantino and the Wachowskis. Beyond action, Chow demonstrated exceptional range. He moved fluidly between genres, playing comedic roles in films like An Autumn's Tale, 1987, and All About All Along, 1989, as well as dramatic ones in Peace Hotel, 1995, and Curse of the Golden Flower, 2006. His performance in An Autumn's Tale, in particular, revealed a tenderness and realism that earned him critical acclaim and awards, showcasing his ability to blend star power with emotional vulnerability. Chow's Hollywood career began in the late 1990s, where he sought to expand his horizons. He starred in The Replacement Killers, 1998, Anna and the King, 1999, opposite Jodie Foster, and Bulletproof Monk, 2003. However, it was his role as the stoic warrior Li Mu Bai in Ang Lee's Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, 2000, that cemented his international legacy. The film became a global sensation, earning 4 Academy Awards and introducing Chow's elegance and gravitas to a worldwide audience. Despite his fame and fortune, Chow Yun-Fat remains remarkably humble. Known for living simply, taking public transportation, and frequently engaging with fans, he embodies modesty in an industry often driven by excess. In 2018, he made headlines for stating his intention to donate his entire fortune, reportedly worth over $700 million, to charity, emphasizing his belief that happiness does not come from wealth but from living simply and helping others. Throughout his career, Chow has been more than a movie star. He is a symbol of integrity, resilience, and timeless cool. His combination of emotional sincerity, quiet wisdom, and cinematic charisma has made him one of the most beloved figures in Asian film history. Today, Chow Yun-Fat continues to act selectively, appearing in projects that resonate with his personal values and artistic vision. Whether portraying a tragic hero, a comedic everyman, or a noble warrior, Chow's enduring appeal lies in his ability to connect deeply with audiences, transcending language, culture, and time. Chow Yun-Fat's personal life and philosophy are as fascinating and grounded as his career. Despite being one of Asia's biggest stars, he has always maintained an extraordinary humility and approachability that have made him beloved by fans across generations. Born to a working-class family, Chow's childhood on Lamma Island was shaped by simplicity and hard work. He grew up without electricity or running water, often helping his mother in the fields before school. This modest upbringing profoundly influenced his worldview, instilling in him a deep appreciation for the value of honesty, compassion, and humility, principles that he has carried throughout his life. Chow's journey to fame was not immediate. After joining TVB's acting program in the 1970s, he spent years playing small roles before gaining recognition. He was known among colleagues for his discipline and patience, spending long hours on set perfecting his craft. When the Bond turned him into a star, he handled the sudden fame with grace, never letting it distort his sense of self. His co-stars often spoke of his warmth and generosity, describing him as someone who treated crew members, extras, and fans with the same kindness. His personal life has had its share of triumphs and tragedies. Chow married Singaporean actress Candice Yu briefly in 1983, but the marriage lasted only 9 months. In 1987, he married Jasmine Tan, a Singaporean heiress who has been his partner ever since. The couple never had children, a personal heartbreak following the stillbirth of their daughter, but they have often spoken of finding peace in each other and in giving back to society. Together, they lead a modest lifestyle. Despite his massive wealth, Chow famously uses a $30 smartphone, eats at local food stalls, and frequently takes the Hong Kong subway, often chatting casually with passengers. Philosophically, Chow is deeply influenced by Buddhist teachings. He practices mindfulness, values detachment from material possessions, and emphasizes the importance of kindness and self-awareness. In interviews, he has said, "The money doesn't belong to me. I'm just keeping it safe for now. When I'm gone, it should go to people who need it more." This attitude has earned him the nickname, the People's Star, in Hong Kong, a title that perfectly captures his spirit. Professionally, Chow Yun-Fat's impact on Hong Kong cinema cannot be overstated. In the 1980s and 1990s, during the golden age of Hong Kong film, he was the defining male star, embodying a new type of hero, flawed, romantic, and morally complex. His collaborations with John Woo reinvented the action genre. Characters like Mark Gore in A Better Tomorrow combined machismo with emotional depth, creating a cinematic archetype that influenced a generation of filmmakers, from Hollywood directors to Asian auteurs. His effortless blend of toughness and sensitivity made him a masculine icon without the need for arrogance or violence. Chow's influence extended beyond action films. He proved equally adept at portraying vulnerability and tenderness, often choosing roles that explored human relationships and emotional resilience. His performances in An Autumn's Tale and All About Ah Long remain among the most acclaimed in Hong Kong's romantic drama canon, revealing his ability to move audiences with subtle gestures and quiet intensity. Even after achieving international fame with Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Chow continued to focus on meaningful work rather than commercial success. He appeared in Pirates of the Caribbean, At World's End, 2007, as Captain Sao Feng, and later returned to Hong Kong cinema with roles in Let the Bullets Fly, 2010, and Project Gutenberg, 2018, showing that his charisma and craft remain timeless. Off-screen, Chow is admired for his devotion to Hong Kong itself. He walks its streets freely, greeting fans, taking photos, and supporting local culture. In an industry that often glorifies status and glamour, he stands out as a man who never forgot his roots. Chow Yun-Fat's legacy is not only that of an actor but also of a moral compass, a rare example of fame balanced by humility. He represents a generation of performers who built bridges between East and West, between popular entertainment and artistic integrity. For millions, he is more than just a movie star. He is a symbol of integrity, compassion, and the quiet power of goodness. The collaboration between Chow Yun-Fat and John Woo is often considered one of the most defining creative partnerships in world cinema. Together, they transformed Hong Kong action films from simple shootouts into operatic tales of loyalty, morality, and redemption, influencing filmmakers across continents. Their first major collaboration, A Better Tomorrow, 1986, was revolutionary. Chow's portrayal of Mark Gore, a melancholy gangster torn between friendship, brotherhood, and fate, struck a deep emotional chord with audiences. His long trench coat, dark sunglasses, and dual pistols became iconic symbols of a new cinematic masculinity. The film revitalized Hong Kong cinema, not only setting box office records but also creating an entire aesthetic, the heroic bloodshed genre, where action sequences were elevated into stylized, almost balletic expressions of emotion. Following this success, Chow and Woo reunited for The Killer, 1989, a film that became legendary around the world. Chow played Ah Jong, a professional hitman who accidentally blinds a singer during an assassination and seeks redemption by protecting her. His nuanced portrayal, equal parts deadly and tender, turned what could have been a standard crime film into a poetic exploration of honor and sacrifice. The film's slow-motion gun battles, emotional depth, and religious symbolism captivated Western filmmakers. Directors like Quentin Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez, and the Wachowskis have cited it as a major influence on their own work. Their third major collaboration, Hard Boiled, 1992, marked the peak of their partnership. As Inspector Tequila, Yuen, Chow embodied the ultimate cinematic hero, witty, fearless, yet profoundly human. The film's climactic hospital shootout remains one of the most technically impressive and emotionally charged action sequences ever filmed. With Hard Boiled, Chow became a symbol of cinematic cool, merging effortless charm with moral conviction. These roles defined the global perception of Chow Yun-Fat, a man who could balance violence with compassion, stoicism with humor, and intensity with grace. Unlike Western action stars of the era, Chow's characters were never purely macho. They were often burdened by guilt, love, or philosophical doubt, making them deeply relatable. When Hollywood came calling, Chow faced both opportunities and challenges. Though his American films like The Replacement Killers, 1998, and Anna and the King, 1999, introduced him to a wider audience, the scripts often failed to capture the emotional complexity that made him legendary in Hong Kong. However, his dignity and presence remained undeniable, and his performance in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, 2000, was a revelation. As Li Mu Bai, a warrior torn between duty and unspoken love, Chow brought quiet power and tragic depth to the role. The film's global success, earning over $200 million worldwide, proved that Asian cinema could reach international audiences without compromising cultural authenticity. In the decades that followed, Chow returned to Hong Kong cinema, where he continued to take on roles that reflected his maturity and worldview. In Let the Bullets Fly, 2010, he demonstrated his gift for blending humor and wisdom, while Project Gutenberg, 2018, saw him revisiting the crime genre with sophistication and emotional depth. These later performances reflect a man at peace with his legacy, an artist more interested in meaning than fame. Beyond acting, Chow Yun-Fat has become a moral figure in Hong Kong and across Asia. He embodies humility, self-discipline, and social responsibility. Despite his vast wealth, he reportedly lives on less than $100 a month, preferring simple street food and hiking in the hills of Hong Kong. His fans often encounter him jogging or browsing at local markets, where he poses for photos with genuine warmth. When asked why he chooses such a modest lifestyle, Chow replies simply, "You can't bring money into your coffin. What's the point of having so much if you can't share it?" He and his wife, Jasmine Tan, have pledged to donate nearly all of their fortune to charity, funding initiatives for education, healthcare, and poverty alleviation. This act of generosity, rare among celebrities, has only deepened public admiration for him. Chow Yun-Fat's enduring appeal lies in the harmony between his on-screen heroism and off-screen virtue. He represents a philosophy that blends Eastern modesty with universal human values. His life's story, from a poor boy on Lamma Island to a cinematic legend revered worldwide, illustrates that greatness does not come from power or wealth, but from kindness, wisdom, and authenticity. In many ways, Chow has transcended stardom. He has become a cultural symbol of moral integrity, a bridge between East and West, and a timeless example of how art and humanity can coexist. His influence is visible not only in the films that followed his style but in the attitudes of those inspired by his character. Chow Yun-Fat's cultural legacy is profound, both in Hong Kong and internationally, and extends far beyond his filmography. He is widely regarded not just as an actor, but as a symbol of integrity, humility, and elegance in a world often defined by excess and superficiality. His influence resonates in multiple layers: cinematic, social, and moral. Cinematic legacy. Chow's work, especially his collaborations with John Woo, reshaped global action cinema. He redefined what a leading man could be: strong yet vulnerable, heroic yet morally complex. His approach to physicality, graceful movements, realistic stunts, and controlled expressions has inspired countless actors in Asia and Hollywood. Directors like Quentin Tarantino, Johnny To, and Ang Lee have praised his ability to convey intense emotion while maintaining an effortless cool. Even today, contemporary Hong Kong actors, such as Tony Leung Chiu Wai and Donnie Yen, cite Chow as a benchmark for combining dramatic depth with star power. Cultural icon. Chow's influence extends beyond cinema into everyday life and popular culture. His characters in The Bund and A Better Tomorrow became archetypes of loyalty, honor, and tragic romance, shaping how masculinity and heroism were imagined in East Asia. Trench coats, sunglasses, and slow-motion action sequences became visual shorthand for Chow Yun-Fat style in films and advertising. More importantly, his humility off-screen created a model for celebrity behavior. Unlike many stars, he avoided ostentation and
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.